Great wine doesn't have to come from France or California, and Country Heritage Winery and Vineyard in Layotto is proof of that. This morning we're joined by Jennifer and Jeremy Luder, Country Heritage owners, and congratulations, guys. You won some big awards at a big competition, the Indy wine competition. Let's talk a little bit about that. For a lot of people who don't know the Indy wine competition, why is it such a big deal?
There's wine sent in from all over the world. It's not just Indiana or United States, period. There's wine sent in from all over the world. And they have judges from many different places judging these wines, not just from our state. And
you won 42 different awards, one of them very prestigious, the Governor's Cup. Tell us about that.
The Governor's Cup is the award given to the Indiana winery. So basically they rated you top award-winning winery in that competition in the state of Indiana. So it's a very, very big honor for us.
Well, top winery in the state of Indiana, that is a big deal, because I know that there are tons of wineries in Indiana. A lot of people don't necessarily realize that. You brought some of the wines that were award-winning. Tell us about some of the ones that you did win awards for.
These two we brought here today are Marquette and Heritage Rose, both won Best of Class, which means that was judged by all the judges. It's the best in class of that variety.
Wow, okay.
The Marquette is actually a state-grown. That's when we grow right there on the vineyard.
Okay.
On your webcam, you can see right there by the stage. So that's actually Marquette right there,
so
which
when
is
we're
these
showing
grapes.
The Country Heritage cam,
when you're
that's
showing
Marquette
that,
growing.
That's these grapes right here.
Very cool. And this one here, you said you're going to be growing soon?
Heritage Rose, yes, is a Catawba grape. We actually got that planted across the street from the winery. If you come up there, you'll see them in little blue tubes now growing across the street.
Very cool. Jennifer, talk about the process of what goes into all of this, because when people enjoy, you know, a glass of wine at Country Heritage or any of the local wineries, really, I don't think they quite realize the work that goes into it. This is a long process. This has to barrel age and everything.
Yes. Well, for the Marquette, it's a even longer process than the Rose, because the Marquette is barrel aged. So, you know, between the growing, picking, harvesting, it has to ferment, and then it can barrel age up to 1.5 years, 2 years, depending on the wine. So it can take up to 2 years to make a bottle of wine.
And it's one of those things where you've got to have it right before you barrel it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's fermented, and it's pretty close to done before you barrel it, and then you barrel age it to give it enhance the flavors and bring out lower the acidity and bring out all the fruit flavors or the whatever spices out of the wine in it.
Absolutely. How many different varieties of wine do you produce at Country Heritage?
We produce about 49, I think. We actually sent 45 into the competition. So.
Okay, great. And you've got tastings available at your tasting
Absolutely.
space.
7 days a week.
7 days a week,
Yep.
okay. And of course, now that it's summertime, this time of year, great for the patio. You've also got a farmer's market. Tell us a little bit about that.
The farmer's market, a lot of people don't know that we actually start out growing vegetables and stuff like that too. So it's a way to sell our own vegetables, and we even have local meats, and we raise some chickens that are actually up there too. And
oh, wow.
Farm fresh eggs that are actually ours. So it's a way to bring our farmer side into the actual winery side.
Absolutely. And real quick, we're almost out of time, but I did want to touch on, since you brought some of these wines, Marquette and the Rosé, for people, you know, some people prefer more sweets, some people prefer more dries. Tell us about which one you would recommend between the two.
The Marquette is a dry red that has been aged in oak. So if you're a dry red drinker or a dry wine drinker, Marquette's something we grew on our property that you would really enjoy. Rose is for the sweeter side. So it's real soft, real light, and it's sweet. It's made from Catawba grapes, real fruity. So that would be where you would head that direction with those.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for bringing in some wines to show us this morning. Congratulations again on the awards. Very prestigious, and great to see a local winery taking these top honors right here in Northeast Indiana. If you want to try some of these wines for yourself, you can visit Country Heritage Winery and Vineyard. That's off of County Road 68 in Layotto.